Welcome back everybody for one more English lecture, one more English poem from your 10th standard syllabus, poem 2.4, The Pulley. Now before I explain the poem, what exactly is the meaning of pulley? Pulley comes from the word, some word to pull. Now what has to be pulled? I'll give you example here. Suppose you have here, if you have to draw water from a well, so you don't put a bucket with a rope directly in the well, because you will have to pull it very hard. But you might have seen in the films, or you might have seen in the villages, there is a small roller put along the wall of the well, where you are putting that rope along that roller, and the bucket, empty bucket goes down. Once it is filled, then you pull it through that roller. It becomes very, very easy to you, and the bucket comes towards you very, very easily. So are we going to study some science here, or are we going to study how to draw well from the water? Nothing of that sort. Pulley is something, a comparison given to us, where this poem demonstrates, shows the relation between God and man. The relation between God and man. Man is that bucket in the water, and God is the person who is pulling that bucket towards him from deep inside the well. What exactly is the meaning of that? What exactly does that symbolizes? Before I explain to you the poem according to the poet's point of view, I will explain to you the poem, what is mentioned in the poem. Everybody believes in God. God has given us many beautiful things in life, including sorrow and restlessness. Sorrow means there is grief also in this world. And restlessness, people are never satisfied. People are never satisfied. Never satisfied with whatever they have. Even if there is some big shot, big billionaire person, he is also not satisfied in this world. So when God made the first man, and he made the first man to see that he lived very happily, he wanted to give him all the goods, everything which might satisfy this man, he started giving him. These all good qualities were spread all over the world. He collected them: simplicity, good nature, wisdom, honor, pleasure. Everything he collected and put it in this particular man. Take this pleasure, take this wisdom, take this honor, take this beauty. And then he was when picking up the last good thing, that was rest. That was rest. So he stopped himself. God stopped himself. If I give this rest to the person, rest which was rest, वही एक बच गया था, that only was rest. That pun has been used here. So if I give this rest to this person, he is not going to turn back to me. He is not going to remember me. He is not going to thank me. He is not going to bow in front of me. So there will be a disassociation between God and man. Man will forget God, and if man is not remembering God, God will also not have time to remember that particular man because he is not praying to him. So the link between him, the God, and the man is going to be broken. So in order to see that the link is maintained, the man is pulled towards the God. The man is compulsory made to remember God, pulled towards God as a pulley. God gave rest with restlessness, non-satisfying nature of the man, so that the man will always be unsatisfied, and this unsatisfactoriness will make him remember God, will remember him pray to God, will make him turn towards God. So that is a small explanation which is there in this poem, which I explained to you. Now in the next part I'll give you some small ideas about the poem and try to explain to you the poem according to poet's point of view. First of all, this poem Pulley is written by George Herbert. A small intro for George Herbert, Welsh poet. Some country may be Welsh poet. His profession was, he was a father in the church, he was a priest. He wrote religious poems. When we are writing about God and his creature man, so no doubt this is also a religious poem with lot of imagery, imagination and conceits with great pride. He used to write this poem with good imagination and used to excel that I have written a very good piece. He had some pride for that also. Okay. As I explained to you, first the poem shows a strange but two-way relationship between God and his worshippers. यहाँ पे when he is speaking about man, he is speaking about the whole world. When he is speaking about the man, he is not speaking about that particular one man, but the whole world, whole living being in this world. Though he has showered, bestowed, given his worshipper with all his blessings, somewhere he holds them up with a pulley. He has stopped himself something, कोई चीज ऐसा रहने दिया जिससे the man should turn back to God, to be grateful to him in all endeavor. Every step that he is going to take, endeavor means an attempt to achieve a goal. Whenever a person is trying to achieve a goal, he will remember God. Whenever a person is going to try to achieve a goal, try to earn something, try to have a big flat, try to own a car, he is going to ask God for it. Okay? So God gives so many precious gifts to the devotee. Devotee means man, the total worshippers. But at the same time, God also expects something in return. You have to praise me. You have to praise me. It is because of me that you have got all these things. What does he expect? Why does he withhold? Withhold? Suppress. Hold back. Why does he hold back something? Okay? The pulley shows how God lifts man towards himself with the pulley of restlessness, which is distinctly metaphysical. Now metaphysical is just like science, history, English, literature. Metaphysical is a field of philosophy, okay, where reality plus universe दोनों को study किया जाता है. तो एक complicated term है metaphysical, where it is a field of philosophy where you are studying religious belief of reality and universe. Reality and universe, what is distinctly metaphysical about the poem is that a religious idea, religious notion दिया हुआ है, notion means idea, is conveyed through a secular scientific image. Okay? So this is a small introduction of the poet, small introduction of the poem. We have still not reached, still not started reaching the poem. Now what is the rhyme scheme about the poem? It is A, B, A, B, A. First, third and fifth line are rhyming. First, third and fifth line are rhyming. There are 4 verses of 5 stanzas each. There are 4 verses of 5 stanzas each, and in that 5 stanza, the first, third and fifth stanza are rhyming, and the second and fourth stanza are rhyming differently. Okay, that is the rhyming scheme of the poem. That is the rhyming scheme of the poem. So let us start the poem. When God at first made man, when God at first made man, having a glass of blessing standing by. Okay, he had a glass, something, there was a blessing in this. Here somewhere there was rest, beauty, honor, wisdom, and this was collected from all over the world. This was collected from everywhere. When God at first made man, having a glass of blessing standing by. Now man has been made here. Man has to be given the blessings. Let us, he said he. Let us, said he. Who said this? God said he. Pour on him all we can. Let us pour on him all we can. ये सब उसको दे देवे. I have made a creature. I have made a creation. I want him to be always happy. Let us give him all, everything that is available in this world. Beauty, honor, wisdom, pleasure, everything. Rest, everything. So when God at first made man, having a glass of blessings, standing by, God was standing here, there was a creature here, this was a glass of blessing. Let us, he said, pour him all we can. Pour him all we can. What? Let the world's riches, beauty, honor, wisdom, pleasure, rest, all collected in this particular glass. All riches which dispersed lie. All riches are given to you, wealth and bounties. These are the best wealth and bounties. You have gold, you have silver, you have flat, you have car. But if you don't have honor, you don't have beauty, you don't have wisdom, no use at all. So these were the riches everywhere, dispersed. फैले हुए थे, they were dispersed. Okay, they were collected in a glass. Let the world's riches, these are the world riches, which dispersed lie, dispersed given scattered, they were scattered everywhere. Contract, जमा करेंगे उसको. Contract means collect together. These were collected together and put one glass into a span. This is the span. I want this man to be restless. So I want to be man with rest. I want this man to be with beauty. I want this man to be with honor. I want this man to be wisdom. I want this man to be with pleasure. These are scattered. I want this to be collected and put in one span, in one particular person. What is given span here? Small space. This is the man. This is the small space. This scattered beauty, this scattered riches has to be collected and put in this one particular span. See the rhyme scheme. First, third and fifth. A, B, B, A, B, A, B, A. You have man, you have can, and you have span. Then you have the second and third line, by and lie. Okay, lie, L-E-I, फैले हुए थे. They were there, not lie. झूठ की बात नहीं है. L-I-E-lie, they were there. Fine, this is the first line. We missed one thing. Strength. In between lecture, I missed this particular thing. Strength. So strength first made way. Okay, pour some strength on this particular man. So strength first made a way. First strength was given. Strength was first made a way. Then beauty flowed. Then wisdom. Then honor. Then pleasure. Okay. Everything was given to this man. So strength first made way, then beauty flowed, then wisdom, honor, pleasure. Okay, this was given. When almost everything was out, pleasure गया, honor गया, strength गया, wisdom गया, beauty गया, God made a stay. God stopped himself. God stopped himself. God made a stay means God stopped himself. Perceiving, noticing, becoming conscious of. God noticed something. What is left in this particular now? Rest is left here. Rest is resting here. Pun. Okay. Perceiving that alone of all his treasure, rest in the bottom lay. All treasure was given to him. Now what is left out here in the end was rest, which was at the bottom of the glass. Which was at the bottom of this glass. This was still to be given to man. This was still to be given to man, and this was resting at the bottom. This rest was resting at the bottom. Perceiving that alone of all his treasure, whatever treasure he gave me, I do not repeat again. Rest तो बाकी है. Beauty, happiness, wealth, pleasure, honor, strength. Of all that, rest in the bottom lay. Rest in the bottom lay. This is the second stanza. You again look that it is in the form of A. You have the first, third, and fifth. You have way, you have stay, you have lay, and then you have BB, the second and fourth one. You have pleasure and treasure. Okay. So both the stanza should be clear to you. For if I should, said he. For if I should, said he. For if I should, what? God is thinking. God has stopped himself. For should, if I should. For if I should, said he. What? आगे का only this line is meaningless unless and until we add the second line to it. Bestow this jewel. Bestow. Give as a gift. This jewel is still remaining. Jewel of rest. Jewel of aram. Sukoon. Okay. For if I should, said he, bestow this jewel, the remaining. Bestow this, give this. Give as a gift this. Jewel means this precious thing. Here it is spoken about rest, the contentment, the satisfaction. Okay, now I have everything. For if I should, said he, bestow the jewel also on my creature. Creature, the worshippers. Population in this world. He would adore my gifts instead of me. He would adore given, love very much. He would love all the gifts that I have given to him. The rest, the beauty, the honor, the wisdom, the pleasure, the strength. He will start adoring. And instead of me, he is going to adore all these things. He is going to love all these things. And rest in nature. And he is going to rest in nature. If he is getting rest, then he is going to rest in nature, not the God of nature. Okay? And not the God of nature. God who was the creator of the nature. Once he is getting satisfaction, once he is getting contentment, then he will just love all the things that has been given by God. He will be a satisfied man. So he is going to just adore all the gift that has been given in nature, not the creator of the nature. नेचर में जो दिया है उसका उसको उसकी ब्यूटी को एडमायर करेगा. द पर्सन हु हैज गिवन दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग विल नॉट बी रिमेंबर्ड. सो बोथ शुड लूजर्स बी. So both should losers be. God will be a loser also, man will be a loser also. God who has made everything, God who has made this creature also will not receive any thanks from the worshipper, and worshipper is going to forget God, because when he is a satisfied person, then who remembers anyone? Okay, so again you have, as I said, A B A B A. You will see, I'll just read it. Now you note it, the first, third and fifth line. You note the second and fourth line. For if I should, said he, bestow the jewel also on my creature, he would adore my gifts instead of me, and rest in nature, not God of nature. So both should losers be. Both God and the worshipper will be loser. This completes your third stanza. Then we come to the fourth stanza. Yet I have made this, I have collected this. Let him keep the rest. God is God. He wants his creature to get everything. So he wants that let this rest be also given to this creature. Yet let him keep the rest, but keep them with repining restlessness. He wants to give him this jewel of rest, but along with that, he wants to give him repining restlessness. What is the meaning of repining restlessness? Continuous anxiety due to dissatisfaction. He will not make the man a fully satisfied man. He will make the man a dissatisfied man. Okay, he will see that the man is never fully satisfied. So he is going to give rest along with repining restlessness, that is a continuous anxiety due to dissatisfaction. Man will always be restless. I want this also, I want that also, I want this also. He will never be satisfied. That is what God gave him. Let him be rich and weary. Let him be rich, very rich, and weary, also tired. Okay, rich and weary, also tired. Then at last, if he is rich as well as tired, बहुत पैसा है, but still he has some problems in his life. Okay, so at least then at last वहाँ पे दिया हुआ है. Last has been written to rhyme with the well, it should have been least there. That is a printing mistake. Last is not there. There you have least. Okay, E is missing there. E is missing there. So in that poem you have least there. Let him be rich and weary, that at least कम से कम ये. If goodness lead him not, if goodness, all what I have given him, if this does not lead him to God, if this does not lead him to the Creator, yet weariness, tiredness may toss him to my breast. Tiredness may send him back. Tiredness may send him back to the God. Toss him to my breast. मुझे याद करने के लिए, this will make him, that tiredness, that weariness may make him remember me, make him pray to me. That is, toss him to my breast. Toss him to my breast. Okay, ultimately toss means something different. Toss means even to throw. So that particular person, creature, once he feel tired, once he feel restless, once he feel weariness, then he is going to come back to God. That is, he will be tossed back to God. Okay, he will be forced to remember to God. So ultimately, this restlessness, this tiredness, this weariness becomes a pulley which is going to pull that particular worshipper towards God. Fine. So again, see the rhyming scheme. You have the first, third and fifth. You have rest, you have least, you have breast. And second and fourth, you have restlessness and weariness. Okay. So very, very simple poem. You should be able to understand. Just fine. We will take some figures of speech also with this. Now you have the last line here. May toss him to my breast. May toss him to my breast. Now there is a question in your textbook. Page number 73, second one, dash is an example of synecdoche from the poem. So now from that option you have may toss him to my breast. Since it is there in the textbook, we would like to know what exactly is synecdoche. Synecdoche is a part of a figure of speech where a word or a phrase or part of which is made to represent a whole or vice versa. Okay, which is represent to whole or vice versa means इसका उल्टा भी हो सकता है. Means something, एक word को word has been taken which is representing the whole part of it, or whole part will be taken to represent a word. Before I explain to you, I will explain to you some simple things so that you understand what exactly is synecdoche. Suppose if I say West Indies lost by 190 runs. Now when I am writing this West Indies lost by 190 runs, what exactly I mean? I mean that West Indies team lost by 190 runs. So that country जिसका नाम मैंने लिया हूँ, that country represents the team which has lost by 190 runs. तो उस टीम को मैंने, वो पूरी टीम को, that whole team I gave that particular one word. Okay? So यहाँ पे may toss him to my breast. Now may toss the total mankind, the total worshipper. So when this him is used here, may toss him to my breast, the total worshipper can revert back to God. So him stands for the total worshippers. The total worshippers. That is what is synecdoche, a word or a phrase, a part of which is made to represent the whole. Or vice versa. We will give you, कोई आएगा तो मैं एग्जांपल बताऊंगा. Okay, vice versa means something. इसका उल्टा भी हो सकता है, word or a phrase or a part of which, word or a phrase नहीं, the whole sentence, or the whole sentence which is made to represent a part of a phrase. The whole sentence which is made to represent a part of a phrase, that will be meaning of vice versa. That will be meaning of vice versa. If I want to give you one example more, okay. Today I bought new wheels. What does he want to say? Today I bought new wheels. चक्का लेकर आएगा? No, he bought a whole car. So he is using the term today I bought new wheels. Today I bought new wheels. Okay. लड़का जाता है लड़की के बाप के पास, मैं आपकी बेटी का हाथ मांगने आया हूं, ओके, तो आस्किंग फॉर हैंड, asking for hand, does it literally means only hand? Okay, so your hand means the full person, the hand means the full person, okay. Then transactions are conducted through plastics. Now transactions are conducted through plastics. Now what is the meaning of this plastics? Credit cards, debit cards, okay. So this plastic refers to this particular word refers to the credit cards and debit cards. All the credit cards and debit cards in the world. Ask for the hand, represent the whole person. Today I bought a new wheels, represent the whole car. West Indies lost by 190 runs, means they represent the whole team. When I toss him represent the whole of worshippers. So this was synod. This was synod. Fine. We take the next one now. Next, your poem has a very good figure of speech, that is antithesis. Anti itself means opposite. Anti itself means opposite. So what is the antithesis in that particular sentence? Two contrasting or opposing ideas are put together to achieve a contrasting effect. Two contrasting or opposing ideas, altogether opposite. When you have been told find the opposite of, and you know the opposite of something, when both the thing, both the ideas, the real as well as opposite, are used in the same sentence, then that particular sentence will have a figure of speech of antithesis. So here in this poem, before I explain to the poem, I will give you some easy example of antithesis. Okay. You have first one, setting foot on the moon is a small step by the man. Is a small step by the man, but a giant step for mankind. But a giant step for a mankind. Small step, giant step. Two opposite ideas, but very meaningful sentence. Setting foot on the moon. We have sent rocket. World has sent rocket towards the moon. So man has walked on the moon. So setting foot on the moon is a small step by the man. Man का वो small step रहेगा, but for total universe, for scientific studies, for the mankind, it is a very very giant step. So two contrasting ideas. Very very simple. Man proposes, God disposes. Man proposes, God disposes. Opposite ideas expressed. Speech is silver. Silence is gold. You can say two antitheses are there. Speech and silence, silver and gold, but very meaningful sentence. To err is human. To err, mistake करना, गलती करना, is human. To forgive is divine. to commit a mistake, air to forgive, and then human as well as divine, you can say, contrasting ideas. So these are some examples of your antithesis. Now when you look here, the sentence from your poem, I think it was world there, let the world riches. Let the world riches which dispersed lie, फैला हुआ है, contract into a span. So dispersed as well as contract has been used in the same sentence. Such sentences are called as the part of figure of speech, that is antithesis, where two contrasting or opposing ideas are put together to achieve a contrasting effect. Okay? We take the last of figures of speech next. So we come to the last part of figures of speech for this particular lecture, that is inversion. What exactly is inversion? Reversal of normal order of words and phrases in a sentence. We have to speak in a very proper grammatical manner, but maybe for poetic effect or to give the sentence a bit more weight, some sort of order is reversed. Before I come to the explanation of the poem, I'll give you some easy examples so that then you can understand it much more easier. Okay? First is, what a beautiful picture it is. What a beautiful picture it is. Now for a simple sentence it could have been, it is a beautiful picture. For simple sentence it could be written as, it is a beautiful picture. It is a beautiful picture. But to make it more appealing, the order has been reversed. What a beautiful picture it is said. So here the normal order of the words have been reversed in this particular sentence. So this particular sentence become an inversion. One more. Where in the world were you? Where in the world were you? Now I can say, where were you in this world? Where have you been for so many times? But then again here some order has been changed. Where in the world were you? Where were you? Simple comes, where were you in this world, or where were you all this time? But then some order has been changed here. For the last one, how wonderful the weather is today. How wonderful the weather is today. Today is a very wonderful weather. Today is a very wonderful weather. This could have been a simple sentence, but the sentence has been broken. The order has been changed. Okay, again your order has been changed. So this becomes an example of an inversion. This becomes an example of the inversion. We come to here. Let us, said he. Okay, let us, said he, pour on him all we can. Here itself. Let us, said he. क्या होना चाहिए? He said let us. He said let us. तो यहाँ पे let us said he. ये poetic effect है. This is a poetic effect. Poetic effects are something very very complicated to understand. But then practice and how you study, repeatedly study can make it much more easier. So let us said he. In this particular part there is an inversion here. Then you have one in your book on page number 73. Dash is an example of inversion from parts are given to you, contract into a span, so both should loser be, best of the jewel and rest in nature. So here, so both should loser be. ओके, बी पहले आना चाहिए, बी लास्ट में आया है, सो बोथ बी द लूजर्स. सो सिंपल इंग्लिश, प्रॉपर ग्रामेटिकल इंग्लिश, सो बोथ बी द लूजर्स. So both will be the losers, both be the losers, but B has come after that. B has come in the end. So both should losers be. So there is an example of inversion there. Okay. So we covered 3 figures of speech here with small simple examples here. Synecdoche, antithesis and inversion. Fine. That completes this poem as well. Thank you very much.